Hi guys, we are group 5. Today we'll be talking about postmodernism. Our group actually consists of me, Desmond.
Me, JASSIR.
And me, Lin Xin.
I'm Astrid. I'm YONGJUN.
And actually we have one more member, which is Khaiyue, but she's currently sick, so her video will be cropped in one of the corners there. So let's just start our presentation now.
Okay. So I'll be giving the introduction for postmodernism, which started off in 1970s till present date. Modernism in general is not a movement but an era, which actually got instigated from after the Enlightenment. Enlightenment is a European intellectual movement which was happened during 17th and 18th century. So like this era was big and it was split in two stages. So the former stage was called as modernism and the latter stage became postmodernism. So postmodernism is a reaction against modernism, but then it has it approaches abstract human psychology and then philosophy and society, but in a different approach.
The characteristics of postmodernism are ironic, often playful, digression, and pastiche. Pastiche means an artistic work in a style that imitates that of another work, artist, or period. And the second point is that there is historical grounding and awareness of its place in history and eclecticism. And eclecticism means the practice of deriving ideas, style, or taste from a broad and diverse range of sources. The third point of the characteristics of postmodernism is that its self-consciousness of itself as a man-made artificial construct rather than a manifestation of reality or the natural order of things.
Okay, so I'll be actually talking about key works and design for postmodernism. And for this movement, consists of like textures, materials, shape, lines, colors. So earlier on, postmodernism actually uses bright colors to express their work, but gradually they uses much more lighter tone due to the characteristics that is being included into this artwork. And as time passes, it became not on colors but the design itself. And as you can see over here, those are the past artworks that's been created, and you can see that not all is actually based on colors but it's shaped, and yeah, that's how all the shapes and lines is actually being made.
And for the key events, in postmodernism, most of the events happened during the time of 1970s and 1980s. This term was first introduced during the time of 1970s, where postmodernism was known as a radical fringe movement in 1970s. But then, later, it became more popular in 1980s, such as the use of vivid colors and exaggeration were the most important thing in this art movement. They also reflected the desire to combine the aesthetic things with the consumerism appeal, where in this art movement, music and magazine will become the most popular medium to showcase what they have. As long as that, also the excitement and complexity of postmodernism were enormously influential during the time of 1980s.
As for the key innovation, this kind of design used both classical elements and technical elements in the design. It used some bold geometry, and the contrast and the brightness are very strong in the design. For example, like decorating the gold or silver leaves on the wooden shape. And this kind of design using mixing, superposition, dislocation to combine the traditional material and the new material to create a new design principle. And this kind of design use a lot of metals and the wood in the interior. And the furniture in the postmodernism does not like the modern design to pay attention on the function and simplify the form, opposite the too much adornment. It says practical, personalized, artistic, and great in the furniture design style. Also, the metaphorical meaning of the display is often highlighted.
So I'll be talking about the key people in this movement. So these are the key people in this movement. I'll be highlighting on Michael. He is a French philosopher, and he's published his first book, The History of Madness, in 1961. He also published a book that talks about the archaeology of knowledge in 1969, and this allowed the movement to be widespread. And the second artist is Derrida. He's a head trickster of postmodernism movement. He's the one that came up with reconstructions, which is one of the key concepts of the movement. And the third artist is Xin. He was a French philosopher. He is best known for his writing about principles of movement, such as aesthetic. Aesthetic. Yeah.
So now I'll be giving you the conclusion of postmodernism. So modernism is an attitude towards art. Modernism is an era, it's more of an era than an art movement, which was instigated after the Enlightenment, which is a European and intellectual movement in 17th and 18th century, where the development of science, art, philosophy, knowledge, and politics were reoriented based on logic and reasoning instead of based on belief and religion. Early stage of this era was known as modernism. Modernism rejected natural forms and representation and focused on abstract forms, universal principle of truth, and such theories. Through the use of logic and reasoning in assistance of science and technology, they believe human and society can be changed for the better. They believe in the utopian style of human life and idealism. So postmodernism focused on skepticism, suspicion of reasoning, and the human nature of curiosity and asking questions. They deny the principle of universal truth. They emphasize more on individual approach, perspective, and viewpoint of natural reality. They even believe that there is no universal truth and each have their own approach and derivations. They deny the Enlightenment faith in science, technology, and as the instruments of human progress. Some consider science was just a means of weaponry, which brought destruction and oppression. Postmodernism understood the complexity of human conscience and its diversity, so they advocated that individual experiences and interpretations of experience was more concrete than abstract principles. Postmodernism embraced the complexity and often contradictory layers of meaning in their artwork. Thank you.
Okay, so basically that's all for our presentation. And as for further details, you can actually look through the canvas we actually included inside. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.